So you know how I've been saying for a while that I should replace my headphones to avoid audio issues? I did not do that. I'm using earbuds today to avert disaster from that all. Also, I see Enzo's freaking hopping into Team Enharmonic with the channel membership. I appreciate that. Welcome to Team Enharmonic, Enzo's. I hope you enjoy the... I guess it's still called emotes. Is it just called emojis on Twitch? And the sub badge, the member badge, I think it is here also. Hi. Hi. Have you come see me? How are you doing, Jesse? Eh? I guess you wanted to come down and see me as we were starting things out here. So, my university is starting up again next week. I'll be going back into basic classes and stuff, so this is like perfect timing to finish this off. And I was thinking like, do I want to do some stuff off camera, collecting like the pieces of heart and goddess cubes that I missed to actually bring this save file to 100% like I was kind of building up towards? And then I didn't really. Like, I thought that I might, but at the end of the day, I guess I decided it wasn't that important to me. Balancing a whole bunch of other things as well, so why? So I was planning on like collecting the last of the stuff before this stream, and then I didn't. I was like, you know what, I'll just beat the game without it being 100%. It's very close. It's just like a few pieces of heart and goddess cubes and stuff like that that are missing. Other than that, it's all done. Like, we did literally all the side quests in the game, for example, so it's still way more than we did in our playthrough of the original game. But yeah, I hope they work. They should do. I've never had problems with these earbuds before, but I swear, this freaking set of headphones and the exact same, I have two of the exact same model, and I switch out between the two of them sometimes, and they just like switch back and forth between glitching the hell out. So my voice sounds a bit different to my ears now because I'm using earbuds instead of headphones, and it's like, whoa, it's just different. It's like it's blocking out more noise. I don't know. It's just strange and stuff. So I don't know what the heck is going on here. So shouldn't have audio issues, but it's going to be not the best of listening experiences, I guess. Hello Mars, you brought cake. Where is it? Show me. Where's the I just realized we use this layout for this game. I forget these things sometimes. I've been starting to use that other layout for like this one here for a lot of games lately, but I forgot that Skyward Sword HD is one of the ones that we still use, like the old layout design. So that still shows the full UI. Because yeah, sometimes it depends on the game. Sometimes this layout's the place, sometimes it's this one that's the place. So sometimes it be like that, I suppose. I need to adjust my volume here a bit. These earbuds don't have quite as much range as the headphones. It feels like my two options are like a little bit too quiet or like a decent bit too loud. So I'll be listening to it a bit quieter than I normally listen to it today, I suppose. So yeah, there's that. This week has been like the week of finishing off games before university starts, essentially, is what this past week has been for me. Where's Levi's? We need to go do a thing. You were the cake all along. I was the cake all along. Just looks at, just one of those dramatic movie shots looking into a mirror like, I was the cake all along. Hi, how you doing? My goodness. Hope I'm well. I hope you're well as well, Enzo. I'm doing pretty alright. Like I was saying before, this has been the week of finishing off games, and I'll be able to properly tell about that after Levi stops laughing. So you learned all 3 parts of the Song of the Dragons, eh? I'm a stereotypical Canadian now. Even though living here in Canada, I've never met a single person that says, hey, you've done well, young one. True to my word, I almost dropped my controller. I put it on my lap and then... True to my word, I will perform the last part of the song for you. This is known as Justin Bieber's Baby. You might want to cover your ears. Like, just falls off. Doesn't get to listen to any of it. You got the final part of the Song of the Hero? Hi, friends. I have allergies to freaking cheesy, weird song stuff. I apologize. Like, this must be in his mind. It can't be real considering the Thunder Dragon was in the past, right? Unless that did imply that the Thunder Dragon lives until today and... I don't know. I do like that scene. I'm gonna be honest. I do quite like that scene, though. The Song of the Hero is now complete. I do think it's a nice scene. Now that you know Wrecking Ball, I trust you know what to do with it. Go. Now that you know the song Disrespect Your Surroundings, I trust you know that you need to go disrespect some of your surroundings. That old song breaks open a door to a great trial. Should you succeed in conquering the challenge awaited there, I'm sure the path to the Triforce will be revealed to you and beating the game. We have one dungeon to go. Alrighty. Oh man, my poor nose and throat and stuff. Why allergies right now? I don't even know what I'm allergic to. I'm probably just allergic to like dust or something like that. I just sneeze and sniffle a whole lot of the time. Like, I don't have any like allergies that I actually know of. So there's that. Hello, Cab. How are you doing today? Report master. I've determined that there is a trial gate somewhere among these floating islands that can be opened by the Song of the Hero. I suggest that you use dowsing to... Yada yada, I'll go find it. I know where it is. I know where the thing is. Leave me be. Freaking jump off! What is this? They really... Like, I know that Levias is moving forward, but the thing about how momentum works is if you're on a moving object and you you know, you have momentum because of that, if you jump forward off, you're still gonna be able to jump forward off. You're not just gonna suddenly magically lose all the momentum that you had, go back to a neutral position, like momentum wise, neutral position. I don't know what that means. Go back to like no momentum the moment that you jump off. That's not how physics work. That ain't it. My goodness. Yeah, maybe he's speeding up right at that moment. My goodness. But yeah, it sounds quite bad, almost like he had to clear his throat. Yeah, I couldn't really discern any notes from it myself. Yeah, Levias just speeds up like the moment after you you do that. But yeah, somebody wasn't paying attention during physics class. It seems like undecided stuff in this game. I guess it's not that important because that's like the only situation that you see that come to play. So I guess that's probably not that important that it be programmed such a way, because that should be the only case in this game where that even matters. Probably. So I'll give it the pass this time, even if it doesn't make any sense at all. I'll give it a free pass this time, I suppose. And I don't give this game a whole lot of free passes like that. Alright, the thing's right over here, by the way. The thing is right over here, is the case. Gee, I wonder where all these butterflies came from. Enjoy my playing! Enjoy it! Enjoy my aggressive playing! I've got things to aggressively play here. There we go, look at it. Turn off my camera because cutscene. Alright, time for our final strumming. Wish I could control the speed with button controls a bit better. Eh? What? There we go. I was like, why don't you like this? I do like how they bring in the main Zelda theme for this final thing. That is so creepy right there. I can't believe they didn't change that at all. Like, another thing that on the Wii 480p graphics is like, okay, it can get the pass. It can get the pass there. But in full HD, right in your face, the singing that's just, is like, really? This is a full price game. Thrust your sword to the center of the market, open the final wait. Whatever. Whatever the heck. Here's our final silent realm. Look at this place that we're gonna go to. It's the final time we ever have to see the screaming thing there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what part of this did come from Levias? I'm not sure. What part of it came from all the dragons? I'm not sure either, though I guess I was never paying attention. Just going, yeah! Master Harmonia. I have decided I want to scream. You have entered the last of the trials, the goddess's silent realm. My goodness. I love 5, but she needs an update. Yeah, she could have really done with an update. This entire game could have done with an update from the Wii version to this version of the game. And it had some very minor updates, like fine, not speaking as much with tooltips and things, or it not telling you about an item every single time that you collect it for the first time in a session. But you know, is that really the most important thing to have changed? In the grand scheme of things, is it real? Whatever. When you fill the spirit vessel once more, you shall finally be recognized as the true hero of legend. Only then will you be shown the door that will lead you to the Triforce Master. I wish you success in this trial. My only question is why you want to scream. Understood. I await you in the outside world. Okay, so our final silent realm to do here. Do I want to get? I know that there's one up there. I'll avoid it for now. I might sneeze again. I'm allergic to silent realms. I'm very, very allergic here. Anyway, I've been doing pretty decently well. This has been the week for finishing off games, because next week is when university starts up again for me. And I'm gonna have to figure out what my new stream schedule around that is. I definitely won't be able to do games as ham as I've been going lately on this channel. So this has been like my last little smidge of going ham on, on some games. And been finishing off a decent few things. Like, on Monday, we finish off Pokemon Platinum, for example, which is still going to have uploads going for a while, just because we were a bit ahead of the game. So that'll still have uploads for a little while. But in terms of like actually playing it, like in terms of real life time, huh? Oh, I guess I can go around that way. It was finished off at the beginning of this week. We played Metroid Fusion on Tuesday, and I thought it was going to take me 2 sessions. Well, it turns out we beat it in 1 session, so Super Metroid uploads haven't even freaking finished yet, so it's going to be a while before Metroid Fusion goes up. But there's now an entire playthrough of that game just done. So stop. So that's neato. Today we're finishing off Skyward Sword. Is the case, getting this game done with and such, and later tonight with that Guzma nerd who's there, we might well be finishing off 3D World finally. Though I was looking into like what's required to get the stamps that we were missing in 3D World, and I don't know if it's exactly feasible within a reasonable time, and I don't know if we are gonna 100% that game at the end of the day, because I looked up what it takes to 100% it, and it actually sounds hella annoying. I'm gonna be honest. Where do I get this Dusk Relic here? Like that? Sweet, man. So, there might well be 4 games finished off this week. Platinum and Metroid Fusion, we're both already done. Skyward Sword today. And then, oh gosh darn it, maybe 3D World. Maybe 3D World. So, this has been like the week of finishing off games before university comes back up again in full swing. So, you know, I'm going ham on some things. Definitely going pretty crazy on some things, because I don't know how much I'll be able to fit into my schedule with university stuff coming up. I'll see. Especially with my weird schedule that I have, where several days a week I have to go in for an in-person class, then I have a spare, then I have an online class, then I have a spare, then I have an in-person class, and then I go home. So, I mean, I do also work at the same university that I study at. So I feel like during like this time in the middle, I might just go to where I work and like get some work done. So maybe it'll be a weird balance where I'm gonna be doing like a mix of university and work most days. So we'll see. But hey, maybe it'll be a nice change of pace or something like that. I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. But yeah, so this has been like the last little week of let's get through all the freaking shizzle whizzle here, because we have been covering a whole lot of games at once. When university's back up again, I might only be able to cover like 1 or 2 games at a time rather than like 4 or 5 like we've been doing, which is, you know, still a bit absurd and probably more than any content creator should do, because like one, it's a bit crazy to be making that much content, and two, no human being can freaking watch that much anyway, so like, there's usually not much point in me doing it, but I have fun doing it, so I do it anyway. And I enjoy doing it, and I like getting through games, saying that they're done and covered on the channel and all that fun stuff, and that's the whole reason of starting this channel, was to have fun, so that's what I've been doing. And I feel like with new releases coming out alone, there might be enough to keep me busy for a while. Like next month, there's a no. Stop. Like next month, there's a freaking WarioWare Get It Together and Tales of Arise coming out in the span of 2 days, like one day and one the next day. I don't remember which one is first, whether it was WarioWare or Tales of Arise, but those two things are releasing back to back. I could probably get through WarioWare in no time at all, but Tales of Arise is the thing that worries me, where it's like, okay, that's gonna be going on for like a couple months at least, so I've been going ham on getting through our current games, because I feel like new releases coming up are gonna be more than enough to keep me busy, especially things like Tales of Arise. But let's see here. Nintendo really likes reusing Wii models. Just look at Legends Arceus. Yeah. Apparently, the whole model situation with Pokemon had a whole bit of drama to it. I think it was Guzma who had looked into some of that stuff, where apparently they had some of their models done by Creatures Inc., but apparently after things like Sword and Shield, they stopped working with Creatures Inc. I'll just let that see me, and then I'll grab the thing so it resets, rather than grabbing the thing and then it sees me. That seems like the better play. So it seems like the whole thing with models in Pokemon games, there's been like a bit of trouble with that in general. It seems kind of like a bit of drama and them not really having any clear company anymore to be making those models. So that's what it seems like the situation is with Pokemon models, I guess, is strange. Can I just... Whoa. Be super sneaky like that, maybe? Let's see here. I'd recognize this area from the Twitch charity stream back in May. That good old thing right there. Oh, we have a thing over here. Yeah, we did the original game for a bunch of charity events, and this game we were doing just for the heck of it. And I was thinking that, like, hey, maybe I would like to continue doing weekly YouTube streams. It just wouldn't be this game anymore. But it really depends on if it can fit into my whole university schedule and how many other games I have going on, because anything whoa, forgive the random puberty there, what the heck. Anything going on here, I'd want to be separate from, like, the playthroughs going on Twitch and such. So, while, like, this was a playthrough that we did specifically for YouTube, for example, and, can you go, please? Thanks. What? Stop. Stay up. My goodness, you are so rude. No, stay away from me. Okay, let's yoink this. There we go. And I feel like upcoming games like freaking Tales of Arise, WarioWare, Metroid Dread, the new Mario Party, stuff like that, I'd still want to be doing over on Twitch. So if I did do anything on YouTube, I feel like it would be continuing something that was already started as like a YouTube series, which would be either Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 or Planet Coaster / Planet Zoo. Like, I started doing, when Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 released on the Switch, I wound up starting a playthrough of that, and we got through all of the main game parks. Like, we 100% did that, and I said I was gonna come and do the expansions, and then I never did, because I was just, like, getting distracted with other games. But it could be fun. So if I had time in my schedule, maybe at some point we'll continue with RCT3. I also used to do, like, a weekly thing where it's like, I would do Planet Coaster one week, then Planet Zoo the next week, then Planet Coaster the next week, then Planet Zoo the next week. And we'd alternate, so we'd do each, like, twice a month, and it was this neat alternating kind of system. And it went on for about a month, but I never actually continued it. So if I do have the time to, you know, continue doing weekly YouTube streams in my schedule, then I'll probably do either RCT3 or Planet Coaster / Planet Zoo, is what I may well do. But right now, I think I'm just gonna have to go into September and be like, okay, let's figure out exactly how busy I'm gonna be, and then, like, make my schedule from there, especially around, like, the new releases that are gonna be taking up a lot of my time. Congratulations, Master, you've passed all the trials. The Stone of Trials you just obtained is actually one of a pair, Master. Another similar object with a mark just like the one you hold exists somewhere on this island. Combining the two should open the way to the Triforce. I suggest that you search for that matching stone. Because, yeah, for a little while we've been doing, like, weekly YouTube Skyward Sword streams this same day and time for a little while. maybe I could find it somewhere in my schedule when university starts up to have like a regular weekly day and time for just YouTube streams in general, and it can be RCT3, Planet Coaster, or Planet Zoo, or something like that. Maybe. But yeah, anyway, I'm sorry that I'm not on top of things with chat. That's what happens when I ramble. I need to get all my thoughts out there. But yeah, every time you see some kind of light/line going up into the sky, you're scared. That's just bait and a hook of some kind of fish creature in the sky. It's like that episode of SpongeBob, The Hooks. Or what was it called? The Hook? I don't remember what the name of that episode was called. Where Mr. Krabs is warning SpongeBob about the hooks that come around this time of year. And SpongeBob and Patrick are out playing on the hooks. And this is the thing, by the way. This is the thing, Bob. That's what it is. Only of you are ever going to try Sonic Colors Ultimate when released on the Switch? Probably not. Looking up to Game Freak stopped associating themselves with Creatures Inc. in 2019 completely. Jeez. Like, Creatures Inc. has been with Pokemon ever since Ruby Sapphire 2 as well. So it's crazy they just let them go because of the whole fiasco with Sword and Shield. I don't understand. Like, the models in Sword and Shield were good. The animations maybe weren't quite there. Some of the animations were a bit janky. But the models themselves were pretty alright, in my opinion. Like, it's not like they were perfect. But they were good, you know? In my opinion, at least. So I don't know what the heck is going on with that. So what would have happened if somebody just threw like a big rock at that? Just for fun one day. When things just collapse like that? What the fuck, Richard? I can just imagine that. Yeah, there's totally enough space for that whole thing in there. Thank you, Power of the Duck. Fire more! Yes, we specifically need the slow-mo. I want hovering targets in real life. Thank you, Duck Lord. Lord Duck. Port Master Harmonia. My calculations indicate an 85% chance that the structure you uncovered houses the Triforce. Given this development, I project that the moment for Zelda to fulfill her destiny and bring an end to demise is close at hand. It's close at hand. This is meant to be the final stream after all. Claw shot, here we go! Thank you, Lord Duck, for giving me these targets to get to the final dungeon of the game, which I remember having some difficulty with when we did it literally earlier this year with the regular game. Literally earlier this year, we've done this dungeon on the channel. So, do I remember how to play this dungeon? The answer is probably not, but we'll see what happens. It's like, know how much it costs to get that stone and turn all above the sky, let it connect it to whatever makes the whole thing fly/float. Yeah, that's something that I always wondered about Skyward Sword in general. Like, not how much it costs to get stuff up here, but like, if you lose something below the clouds, what happens? Is that mass that you've just lost, like, forever? Like, imagine, for example, if Earth was a closed system, like no matter was ever added to it. Like, assume that Earth is never hit by like any meteorites or asteroids. Like, no mass is ever added to the Earth. Does that mean every time that we're in space and we lose some space junk, or we lose like a screw or something up there, that stuff is just gone? That's mass that this planet is never getting back, and we're slowly losing mass. Imagine that with Skyloft, but like a smaller scale, and Skyloft actually being like a closed system in that, you know, nothing is actually added to it mass-wise, unlike Earth, which actually does get some mass added to it from space sometimes. But assuming that didn't happen. Yeah, it's a Minecraft Skyblock is what's going on here. Maybe they just have a cobblestone generator, and that's how they keep expanding. Maybe they just expand with a cobblestone generator, and that's what's going on here. You got the dungeon map. Cool. Because, yeah, it must be pretty shitty only having like so much mass, and then you're just like screwed. Like, you start getting less and less mass. Master, I have information to report. Detected 3 sources of sacred power within this building. This power clearly radiates from the Triforce. I've triangulated the 3 sources of power. Mark them on your map with it as an Illuminati symbol. Not a triangle, but a Toblerone or an Illuminati. I don't know what the heck. Okay, well, I remember. Whoops. Gosh darn it. So, yeah, I gotta use ZR here. Weird. Go bigger and longer? What, the whole Violet. My goodness. Let's hold on. Let's see here. So I remember this dungeon being hella annoying, quite frankly. That's what I kind of remember here. And I don't remember the actual answer for like main things to do. Sure, let's go ahead and do that. Let's open up one of the Triforce rooms already. We'll see if that does anything for me. A new information analysis indicates that there's a change in the building structure. You move literally the entire dungeon around and connect rooms and all that fun stuff. Open up, FBI, open up! The Legend of Zelda, open up. Alright, we go through the mushroom room. The room of mushrooms. I believe we go... Oh no, we can only go through that way after we unlock the regular way through this room. I guess I'm so used to going through that way that I forgot that there's the whole regular way here. Well, time to die. And then we, oh, I need to do the weird whip. Wait a second. There we go. Now, wait, what? That didn't even do the thing. Beetle, go. Go, Beetle. There. Apparently a bow and arrow isn't good enough, but a blunt hit from this beetle here is enough. Freaking Logic 101. 101, I guess. Nowadays, we can even make dirt out of seeds. We'll have to figure out how to get stalagmites for infinite lava sources. Wait, is that actually a thing in Minecraft? Gosh darn it, why did I jump off? Like, I haven't played Minecraft in a long time. I do plan on covering Minecraft on this channel eventually after the cave update comes out in full after not playing it for years. But is that actually a thing that you can do in Minecraft now? Make dirt out of seeds? Gosh darn it, I'm so bad at video games, holy crap. Dripstone from the trader? Didn't know that. I don't even know what that dripstone is. Never heard of it before, but I'll have to learn all this stuff when we cover Minecraft on this channel, because it's been sometimes over the course of doing this channel, there are out of the way. There are sometimes some playthroughs that I like really want to do for a good while. Like playthroughs that I'm really looking forward to. What the heck? Where do I go here? What? Like Fire Emblem Fates, for example, is one of those playthroughs, and I can't wait to start Conquest Limit to Classic, but I might save it for a time that I really need a game to pick me up, because I've been looking forward to playing that one for a good while. Oh, there's a target over there. In the fish. But Minecraft is one of those playthroughs where it's like, it hasn't been done on the, actually it technically has been done on the channel twice, 2 single sittings, and that's it. 1 episode of Creators Collide, and 1 sitting for a 24-hour charity stream where I didn't have any objective and we just kind of ran and like collected some stuff. So wasn't really a playthrough by any means. There was a bingo race that I did with Nuzlocke, which was actually pretty fun, quite frankly. But gosh darn it. But I'm looking forward to doing an actual playthrough. Dripstone is from the last big update, first of the 2 big cave updates. Gotcha. Yeah, I've been planning on covering that game on the channel for a while, but I hear that like the cave update is supposed to like really change a lot of things about like the cave generation, so it'd be better to do it like at some point after. Because Minecraft is probably like the game that I have the most hours in, even if I haven't played it since like high school. Like, I'm going into my 5th year of university now, and I probably haven't played that game since, like, grade 10 or 11, so it's been a while. I'm a little bit behind on things. Gosh darn it, I should not have done that. Your first Minecraft server? I don't know if I joined any servers. I don't know if I'd do that. Whoa, I thought I was gonna miss that, quite frankly. Come on. There we go. And we go ahead and Gust Bellows out here. But anyway, I put a lot of time into Minecraft. I started playing in like, gosh darn it, freaking Gust Bellows, please. There we go. I started playing in like beta 1.6, which I think was after they had recently added like rails. I think something like that. It was something like that. And then like the next update after that was pistons, maybe. I don't remember. It's a blur now. But I heard about it from my cousin from the next province over who was visiting at the time. And she let me borrow her Minecraft account to try it out. And I tried it out and I was like, whoa, this is like the craziest thing. And what the heck? Come on. I started getting into playing it from there, and I started checking out like freaking Minecraft content on YouTube. Those were the days of Minecraft content. Like the OG freaking Yogscast series, for example, with the awful audio quality, but it's still so freaking good. I really enjoyed those that whole set of shenanigans back watching that in the day. Is this the no, this is not the thing that has the captain, the robotic captain. This is that other one, it seems like. I started watching with that, and I started watching like other stuff from there over the course of several years. Design mark the floor, Pharaoh, yada yada, all that stuff. So Minecraft around when the end was released. I remember the end being added. People were losing their minds like, whoa, Minecraft has an ending now. I don't even remember when the end released. I know it was sometime after, like, it released as, like, a full kind of official game. Is there anything I can do here right now? Maybe not? Maybe not? Remember when you first learned of Minecraft? Yeah, for me, that was from a cousin that was visiting. Just in conversation and showing me some things. I was like, whoa, this is, like, the coolest thing ever. It was back when it was in beta and you could pick it up for, like, 15 or 20 bucks, something like that. Guess I gotta move things around here. But yeah, I was like, what is this and why do I like it? My goodness. Play Minecraft multiplayer, want to join the server, just don't ask when the server tick rate takes a dive or two. That's something I was considering about when we cover Minecraft on this channel, is maybe making like a server out of it and have it be open to like content creator friendos and like regulars around the channel, like have a whitelist kind of thing or something like that. But I'm not quite sure what it would be open to, because I mean, a lot of the series that I watched back in the day were ones of like a whole bunch of content creators sharing the same kind of server. I thought it was cool how like these different content creators in their series would sometimes be visiting each other or seeing what the other is doing and all that fun stuff. And it was like a weird crossover between these multiple different series that I was watching, you know? So it was interesting. Hold on. So what the heck? What's a way that I can so I'm not gonna get something up there to connect, am I? I don't think I am. Well, I can see what's in there. See if there's another control room there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not even sure. I played on and off since sometime in the alpha, started playing shortly after sprinting was added. Wouldn't the alpha be before the beta? Started shortly before sprinting was added, because there wasn't sprinting in the beta when I was playing. Isn't beta like after alpha? Or am I losing my mind? Like it's alpha then beta? Because I started playing in beta 1.6 and there was like no hunger meter, there was no sprinting or anything like that. So wouldn't that be after? Or something like that? Oh, let's pick up this. We'll go do the puzzle in this room here. Hi, you wanna like not? Hi. Smackaroo, there we go. Oh, there's a golden skull there. But anyway, a lot of the series that I watched back then, there were a lot that I thought were like really, really cool. And a lot of the playthroughs that we do on this channel are things that I'll do over on Twitch and then cut up into parts to... I pressed the button. Beta 1.8 adds hunger and sprinting. Huh. Yeah, that sounds familiar. That could well be the case because it sounds familiar. Smackaroo. We do that. What the heck was I just saying? Oh yeah, most of the series that we do are things that it's like, I'll do a playthrough of them over on Twitch and then cut them up into parts and post it onto YouTube. I feel like Minecraft would be one of the ones where I don't do that. Like, I feel like Minecraft would be one of the ones where I actually... Do I need to bring this close over there? It'll be like one of the few series that I just like directly record episodes for YouTube straight up. And the last time that I did that with a playthrough was a Rescue Team DX, my Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series. Was the last time that I did a YouTube kind of exclusive part thingamabob of sorts. And, but I wouldn't do it exactly like that. Like, it was... The Rescue Team DX was also another one where it was like still the same format as Twitch, where it's like, do these recording sessions, coming up into parts and stuff. I just have a clear idea where those parts cut off, I guess. Like, I want to actually have that be the series that I edit. Like, because I don't do a lot of playthrough editing. I typically just, record it, one straight shot, and then bam, it's done and stuff. But I actually want to, record a whole dedicated thing for... Oh yeah, didn't I get stumped in here or something like that? A whole dedicated thing for that. Like, have each episode be its own focus. Like, its own subject. There were a lot of Minecraft series that I watched back then. And I always thought that it'd be really neat as a kiddo to like do something like that myself one day. And now that is exactly what I want to do, freaking like a decade later, interestingly enough. So, and I already have an idea like what series is that I watched back then I thought were like the coolest and I'd want to like be most inspired by. And the two series that I'd want to get like the most inspiration from are, okay, let's go ahead and reveal that, are Pulsar's Jr.'s Survive and Thrive and Shin's Feed the World. I loved how both those series had like a distinct subject for like each episode. Like there was editing that went into them, and each of them had a focus on like, we're doing this, like we're making this thing today, or making the thing that does this task, or completing whatever the heck. And each episode had this clear focus. Each had a clear topic, rather than like my current playthrough things where it's just like, yeah, I'm just playing the game and then whatever happens after I cut it up into parts and stuff. I guess that was what stumped me here for a while, as I didn't realize that that target was there. So I liked how with Pulsar's Jr.'s Survive and Thrive, it was also like each episode was kind of like a tutorial of sorts in a way. And Shin's was also kind of like that. I'd probably take more inspiration from Shin's. And I really enjoyed how with Shin's, there was also things like there would be a bird's eye view time lapse of what was being built. Like, I don't think I'm a good builder in Minecraft much at all. I can try. I can make some decent looking things, not anything too crazy. But I still think that it was really cool to see this style of editing where, you know, this episode will be focused on making this facility. Like, this building is going to be the focus of this episode. So he talks about it a little bit at the beginning, why he wants to build it, what it's going to do. And then all of a sudden there's like a bird's eye view, and it's a time lapse of that exact thing being built. And you get to, and he's commentating over it while he's building it and talking about like his whole mindset about, you know, why he's building things a certain way. I know that you got to use this somehow, but for what? Like, I always thought that was really fascinating, and each one of those episodes was really satisfying to watch in that way. What, do I just have to bring it back around town? What's going on here? The hell? Boop. I don't know what this exactly does for me, but sure. So, so I wouldn't mind doing something like that, because those were always like really fun to watch, because each episode was its own dedicated showcase and little adventure in and of itself. So I'd very much like to do something like that. Gosh darn, I think would be a really cool kind of thing to do. It would take a lot of work. It would take a lot of work, a lot of editing, but like that's one of the series that, you know, I would have dreamed of making as a kiddo, and is like hella important to me in that way. So it'd probably be like the most editing effort and planning out effort that I would have ever put into like any playthrough before. And something else that I liked about that series, even though it was never properly finished, was it also told a story. That was something that I liked about like the original kind of Yogscast series as well, in addition to that Feed the World, as there was a whole like original side plot going on as well. Unfortunately, the side plot was never finished in either of those cases, whether it be the original Yogscast stuff or freaking things like Shin's Feed the World. Gosh darn it, I guess I'm not getting that back unless it's out the other way. Oh, but I don't need it back anyway. Like the plot never ended. They were building up to, you know, there was this side plot going on, an original story being told about this troublemaker who's causing mischief and stuff, and gotta find some way to deal with them. And then the series just kind of ended and the story was never resolved. So, but it was still intriguing nonetheless. It made you want to continue watching, because it's like, oh, how does this plot end? You know, like, how is this story going to play out? So it's something that I think I would very much like to do when we're doing Minecraft stuff on this channel, is to actually come up with some sort of an original plot that's going on. Like, it's still like a regular kind of playthrough and series in that way, but come up with some sort of an original plot that plays out in some way on the side, in the background, in a way as well, you know? So that's a thing that I plan on fleshing out. So I'm gonna have to do like some storyboarding kind of stuff. It wouldn't be the main focus of the series. The idea is it's just like a thing going on in the background. Like every once in a while in an episode, you might see like it continuing to play out like a certain way, or like hints of what's to come. but I don't know how it would freaking play out. But that's a thing that I'm planning on doing. In the case of Feed the World, I recently went and rewatched that. That series. That series was from 2013, so 8 years ago now was that playthrough. Just a month or two ago, I went back and rewatched it, mostly because I wanted to remember exactly what was going on here, and you know, take inspirations from it in a way. Oh, I hated this room. I have information for you. I've detected a source of secret power somewhere here in the chamber. You've been down for that, Mortis. And just playing Minecraft with friends is way more fun. Yeah, I do plan on making like a thing in general, but we'll see. Doesn't need to be any of us here, just friends you know close here willing to join you. I know like basically no one in real life who'd be willing to play Minecraft with me. We can find a way through the river of magma. I calculate a 60% chance we'll arrive at one of the source of sacred power. Recommend you press forward in search of the power present here. Like Mionite from Captain Sparkles, I believe, which was a modest survival series with other streamers, but it had a lot of in-depth story to it. Yeah, I think I plan on starting like vanilla first and foremost, but at some point down the line, like after, like I really like doing modded stuff in that game. So at some point down the line, if I feel like I've exhausted all the vanilla stuff that I want to do, then at some point down the line we do a modded series as well. It's something that I very much look forward to. Like there were a lot of mod packs that I used to love playing. The first mod pack I really got into was the original Tekkit, which in hindsight has a lot of problems with it, but it was really fun back in the day. Whoops. Later down the line I started playing things like Resident Rise, was hella fun. But yeah, I wouldn't want to have like an in-depth main focus kind of story, more just like something in the background of like the series playing out at the same time. Like in the case of Shin's Feed the World, might also want to have like a main goal. Like, what are we working towards in terms of that series? Like in Feed the World, there was a clear answer for what was being worked towards, because the answer was to make a farm and feed the world. Like make a farm with lots of crops and keep on making and exporting food. Like that was the goal. So I feel like I might need to have like some sort of a goal, like something that I'm working up towards, so you can see our progress towards this thing, rather than just like a generic, yeah, we're doing things. Like, and I'm not sure what said goal should be, what exactly it is we're developing, but I'll figure something out. And when it comes to like a side plot, what it was in Feed the World, the side plot was as he was building this farm and trying to feed the world, essentially, it was his scarecrow that came to life and started being pissed as hell at him. He made a scarecrow in a cornfield with this weird modded freaking pumpkin head thing, and then all of a sudden the next episode the scarecrow was just gone. It's just gonzo. What happened to the scarecrow? And then here and there you see things about this scarecrow coming after him and trying to freaking screw things up. But the plot was never finished, as I was mentioned before, which was dude, is there a thing that I want to bonk around here? Maybe. I swear that there was a thing like here at least. Yeah, there's a thing here at least. So I'll smackaroo that. And then that stops that one. Okay. But yeah, that's what was going on with that. Was there was a main antagonist in the story, and it was this scarecrow that you'd sometimes see at like the end of some episodes, like breaking something or causing some mischief. And it seemed like it was building up to like there's gonna be like some big final battle or something like that. And then there never was. But it was still intriguing nonetheless, and I would have been curious to see how it played out. And nowadays, I don't even think Shin makes content anymore, because there was a whole fiasco about not exactly having the best behavior towards some younger audience, which is yikes, you know. So that's not the best of situations there. Let's see here. Yeah, I hope Pixelmon might be involved. Probably not. I've done some Pixelmon stuff back in the day, but like, my goodness, I do a little bit of that and I would get so bored so fast. I haven't played it in like a decade, so I don't know what's changed. Probably a lot, but I feel like if we ever do modded stuff in the channel, which will happen like way down the line most likely, it'd be a whole bunch of science and magic mods, similar to something like Tekkit or Resident Rise or something like that. A whole bunch of science and magic mods that I can just dump like, you know, hundreds of hours into progressing. You know, that's the plan with that, essentially. Oh look, there's a silver rupee that I don't really care that much about. I don't know why I thought the gem was, whoops. Why did I think that was the speed up button? Let's see here. So we're behind the Mionite series was set by people behind the scenes, so it wasn't any of the streamers had it set up that way, and they'd be surprised by plot twists and such. Yeah, I don't think I'd have it be anything that planned out. where it's like, you know, the main focus of the series or anything by any means. Just like a side thing going on. Like, we're doing like a regular playthrough and covering stuff in the game, but there's like a hidden lore here and stuff going on in the background, you know? So there's that. I wish you luck with that, Mortis. Wish you luck on developing that. Thank goodness I now know how, thank goodness I still remember how this place works after doing it earlier this year. Because this was like the room that gave me the most pain, was the thing. So, cool. Cool that we get to avoid that now. Hi, silly doggy. Have you come to see me again? Hi. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, crazy how common it is for common creators to get in trouble with that. Yeah, it's really awful. Like, when you see, like, so many creators that, you know, people look up to and trust to turn out to be pretty creepy like that, you know? Master Harmony, you have reached the mark. Offer your sword to it. If you do this, I calculate a high probability that you'll be shown a way to the part of the Triforce. So, like, when it comes to, you know, covering Minecraft on this channel, and me saying things like, I'm very inspired by things like Shin's Feed the World, that does not necessarily mean that I support, like, the person that made the work that I feel inspired by. It's just this specific work. I can take inspirations from a work, even if I think that, you know, the person is messed up and yikes, you know? So, when I cover that later, maybe later this year, if the cave update comes, it depends what my schedule looks like. I might start it during winter break, we'll see. Might start it around winter break-ish. We shall see what the plan on that looks like. We got our first Dorito. When I say that, you know, I'm gonna be very inspired by Shin's Feed the World, that does not mean that, you know, this is a person that I necessarily look up to anymore. I used to back in the day. I used to. Not anymore though. after the stuff that I've heard, and I think he hasn't made any new content now for a couple of years after that whole situation. But yeah, so there's that. Tell you what that was though, most of the time they just do builds and collect materials, and every now and then there'd be an event focuses on story plot. Yeah, I'd probably do something along those lines. Like, if I find this series here. Hi, silly doggy. Hi. Hey? Hey, happy girl? Alright, let's see here for a hot second. If I navigate over to YouTube. If I navigate over to YouTube here, the first thing that's recommended to me is my own stream. Nice. Let's see here, and then look up that. And then, yeah, here's this playlist here. I would do a lot of things differently. Like, for one thing that I don't like about series is when every single thumbnail is the exact same thing. So I wouldn't do something like that. But this is like a series that I was very inspired by. And you can see the red bars on them all. I recently went back and rewatched a whole bunch of it. But it's like each of them was its own unique focus in a way that I thought was really fascinating. And I'd love to do something like that. That was the name of the scarecrow. That was like the whole side plot going on with this series here. But I thought that this was like a very fascinating kind of format where, you know, each episode was its own unique focus. It was highly edited, and I think that it'd be really cool to do something like that. And then it just kind of ended eventually and never really continued. But I thought that it was something really, really fascinating and something that I'd love to do a similar kind of thing to. Because, I mean, there were definitely some playthroughs out there that I probably enjoyed more, but they would all be like multiplayer kind of things. And maybe I'd do a multiplayer series with like a friend or two at some point, might be fun. But starting things out, I just want to do a single player kind of series like that. Like, that was my favorite single player series of Minecraft that I'd ever seen, being of modded Minecraft. Although there was a bunch of multiplayer series that I quite enjoyed. So, starting things out, essentially, my plan is, when we do cover Minecraft on this channel eventually, we'll start with, like, vanilla once the cave update comes out in full. My plan is to do a single-player series like that. And then, once I feel like I've exhausted everything there that I want to, like, there's no more stuff that I want to be doing there, it's time to move on to something else Minecraft-wise on the channel, then I would either do, like, a multiplayer series, or I would do a modded series, one of the two, or both. Maybe it would be both. I don't know. Where is the thing to shift around the blocks? Maybe I should go all the way to the beginning there. So we shall see. But yeah, let's see here. There is a playlist for this recent Skyward Sword playthrough. There is indeed. You can find it in the description below here. But yeah, Fan of Hermitcraft for the plot is just the interactions between the different content creators and the full-scale wars. That's similar to some of the stuff that I watched back in the day with like the old Yogscast Tekkit stuff. Is what that kind of reminds me of in a way. So we got that one. Right there. But yeah, literally any playthrough, every single playthrough ever done on this channel has a playlist, and it's in the description of every single video of said series. I almost dropped my controller again, jeez. But yeah, so there's that. Every playthrough on this channel has a playlist. Because like everything Minecraft give without you getting bored either takes weeks or a few decades. There's no between. Yeah, I mean, it depends on like how much I feel like I want to cover, especially if I am, you know, taking dedicated time to like really edit everything together in the way that I'm planning, you know? I can do maybe that for now. Sure, we can try rearranging stuff back there again. Sure, we can do something like that. Could be my plan. So yeah, it's not gonna be a race. It's not gonna be anything like we're rushing or anything like that. But just a nice slow and steady kind of road, you know. So there's that. So we'll see how things go. And if I do make it a server. If I do make it like a server between like myself and like either like a handful of other content creators or maybe expand it a little bit from there, like it would never be like completely open public. It would definitely have to be like a close-knit circle. I just don't know how close-knit right now. But I would have to I would like to have some episodes that do have crossover kind of collab stuff where it's like the main playthrough will be single player, but sometimes there's some episodes where somebody else shows up and we do some stuff together, for example, you know, like that was the way that it was in Feed the World as well, where it's like 90% of it is single player stuff, but every once in a while, littered throughout the series, you'll have somebody come in who's also part of the server, who's also a content creator, who is doing their own series but is here in this place right now. And I always thought that was really cool, especially if like I was watching said other series, because it was like a crossover kind of thing there, you know. And I found it intriguing and stuff. Is that a new thing? Should I get that over there? Maybe, I don't know. We can connect these together just for funsies like that, but I don't know. But yeah, thank you. Catch up on your Pokemon Platinum videos then. Yeah, we have a whole dedicated playlist for that. Just look in the description of any Pokemon Platinum video and you'll find the playlist there. Like, I have a whole playthroughs section on the channel. Interestingly enough. Why are my video essays not there right now? Should I refresh? Okay, now they're there. Freaking weird. Like, I try to cover a bazillion games on this channel, and we make a playlist for each, and I organize them in reverse chronological order. So, clicking on this, there's like every playthrough ever, like there's Pokemon Platinum, for example. Here's every playthrough ever done on the channel in reverse chronological order. So like the oldest playthroughs are at the bottom, and then like the newest playthroughs are at the top. So literally from the very beginning of like my content creation stuff to like today, essentially. Based on start point, not end point or anything like that. Based on when they were started, it's all organized in. And this is like the course of 3.5 years, and this is how many games have been covered so far, which is over 100 games. So I feel like we're on a good pace to having the most insane freaking game library of playthroughs on this channel is kind of my weird goal. So that's that. Each of the playthroughs are in like the descriptions of each video in question. Is the case. So there's that. But in case you're ever wondering if I have already covered X game or not, that's the place to find it. My goodness. I think you watch as much as you stream in a week as you haven't seen. As such, you have infinite content to watch. Yeah, I don't think it's really much of humanly possible for many people to watch everything that I do, which is why it's probably not a good idea for me to be doing this much. but I've mentioned my kind of stance on doing a bazillion playthroughs on this channel before, because like some people will ask me like, oh, can you ever cover X game on this channel? I'd really like to see you cover like this game at some point. And the more games that I have done, the higher the likelihood that I'll have already covered that game. Like, what if somebody asks me like, man, I'd love to see you do a playthrough of like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood or something like that. And I can be like, hey, it's already done. Here's the place where you can find it, you know? So, my idea is basically never the expectation that anybody will be able to watch everything that I put out. But maybe I'll put out enough different stuff that, like, there's something specifically there that somebody really enjoys, you know? Is kind of my mindset. And one of the reasons I cover a bazillion games. Just decking out this library of stuff that's already been done. If somebody wants to see something from me, maybe it's already been done, you know? Something like that. Didn't this guy kill me in my, hero mode run? Something like that. So, and yeah, that is true as well. Or just look up said game on the search bar on the YouTube channel if I've already done it. Because, yeah, there has been a lot of games. Boop. There has been a lot of games covered here. Like, I've seen, like, there's not a lot of people that do search up that kind of thing. Like, take, for example, games that I do multiple playthroughs of, like Undertale, for example. I did a playthrough of, like, neutral / pacifist, and then I took, like, a several-month break. And then we did the genocide route with, Oven Mitts, and we took, like, a long break. And then we finally did, like, the true kind of final playthrough of, like, true pacifist right at the end was the case. And right when I did that, and it was like part 1 Undertale being my 3rd playthrough, I got like a lot of comments on that video being like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad to see that you're finally doing this game. But it's like, this is actually the 3rd time I'm doing this game, but so I know that it is really common to you know, see what's being pushed out and new and be like, oh my goodness, this is the main stuff that's like happening on this channel, but not it's not as common to know about as much stuff that's already happened on said channel. I might actually be, that's the place I need to go for this key now anyway, right? Like, I was really surprised when I had a lot of people commenting or reaching out to me or mentioning things on like Discord, being like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad to see you playing Undertale on your channel. That's crazy. I love this game. And it's like, wait, I've already done it. Go play every Pokemon game? No. I'll deck out the library of more and more Pokemon games over time. I doubt it's ever going to get to like them all. Or I might just quit doing main series Pokemon on the channel in general, depending on how things go. Like, I have a discussion at the end of my Pokemon Platinum playthrough, which is only going to get published on like the 8th of September, I think it is. So like about a week and a half from now, there's a dedicated discussion that I have on it where it's like, what is the, gosh darn it, what is the future of Pokemon on this channel? Definitely all the Mystery Dungeon. Never all the main series. Maybe it'll get to a point eventually where we've done a lot of the main series, but not all of them. Not all of them, no way. Yeah, every single Pokemon game ever. Let's play Pokemon channel. That's the play there. That's what we gotta do. We gotta play them all. But essentially, this discussion that I have at the end of Pokemon Platinum is essentially talking about how, you know, you say anything about Pokemon, like anything at all, and there's gonna be people that freaking hate your guts for it. Like, this discussion that I have at the end of my Pokemon Platinum series is something that was edited in rather than a discussion at the end of like my actual playthrough on the spot. Because I was going to have a discussion at the end of my actual playthrough there, and I did. That's what was originally streamed. But I was very thrown off after somebody seemingly thought that I was like the dumbest person ever. Once again, because of something that I had to say about the game. Well, you want to know what was so controversial that I said about Platinum that like that started the drama? I said the music is good. I said the music of that game is good. I like it. And that was apparently the thing that prompted the response of like, no, it's really not. You would lose that argument. And it's like, okay, come on. Can you just let me enjoy what I like to enjoy here for a hot ticker? Like, I'm trying to wrap up my 100-part series. Like, so, it kind of soured the mood there a decent bit when it came to playing Pokemon Platinum. But it seems like with the community of Pokemon in general, you say anything about like anything Pokemon, and there's always gonna be some people that freaking hate your guts for it. So, And I've seen it mostly in like the comments of my Pokemon video essay. Well, and like some other related stuff that I posted about, you know, the modern state of Pokemon. Like, it's especially sucky for content creators like me that have like more criticisms than praise with modern Pokemon. And I worry that covering like Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl on the channel is just gonna be painting like a target on my back. So I'm going to essentially start covering Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl on this channel. But if it's just like a massive outcry of people thinking that I just assassinated Archduke Ferdinand because of an opinion on a series of children/family games, then I might just drop it and be like, okay, I don't know if I want to cover Pokemon anymore. But yeah, you know, this is something that's like an exclusive section of the game. No, in Sword and Shield, it posted certain parts of both games. Yeah, I mean, with Sword and Shield, I did Sword on Twitch, and Shield I just recorded episodes of for YouTube, but I didn't do a whole series. I only did certain parts, like the bigger parts, like gym leaders and stuff like that, since I was also posting Sword to YouTube, even though it was done on Twitch. I was doing a weird thing for that. With Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, I plan on doing like one game completely on Twitch, one game completely on YouTube, and see how things go. We'll see what happens with that, essentially. But if I get like really fed up with like stuff on YouTube, maybe I'll just finish things off on Twitch alone or something like that. Just finish the Twitch playthrough. Or if things get really bad, maybe I'll finish neither. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try things out, see what happens. Okay, I wasn't sure when you were gonna lash out there. Wasn't sure when it was gonna be. My goodness, stop. But yeah, music is good. It's just one of the few things that the later generations got better over time. I really like the route music of those. Really like the route music of those games. I think it's my favorite route music in the series. Like, I'd say things like battle themes got better as the series went on. But route themes, that's where it's at for me. But that's my opinion. But that's my hot take there. And it's fine being able to like disagree about those kinds of things in a respectful way, being like, hey, this is what I think, this is what you think, it is whatever. But the problem that I have is when I get a lot of people that need to like express, you know, what they believe in like a super condescending way. Like for example, in that Platinum stream when I said the music was good, like it's fine to be like, hey, I might disagree, that's okay. Or it's like, I might not agree with that. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. But to say it in a way of like, no, you would lose that argument. It's like, okay, that's you're saying that, implying that you would win that argument and that you're just like intellectually superior or something like that. So you gotta specifically do it in that way. You can't say it like any other way. You would lose that argument. Gotta say during the finale of freaking 100 episode series there, which is why I cut out the original discussion from my from the final part of Pokemon Platinum and have edited over one that I recorded after the fact, because it just threw me the heck off trying to wrap up my closing thoughts and just being put in like the hot seat at a time that I was trying to give like the grand finale to a series that's been going on for over 6 months. So there's that. We're finally starting to be seen as toxic with the game's getting worse. Yeah, I mean, Pokemon has always been a thing that has brought people together, but nowadays it seems like it divides more than ever, unfortunately. And like, I have like lots of things to say about the series, but at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to enjoy what they want to enjoy. Like, well, part of the big discussion that I have at the end of Pokemon Platinum, which nobody's gonna get to see until it's posted with a daily upload schedule, so you'll get to see the full thing like a week and a half from now, or whatever the heck it is, whatever day part 100 is. It's like September 8th or something like that, I'm not sure. But one of the things that I discussed in there is like, at the end of the day, enjoy what you want to enjoy. Nobody has the right to say that you have to think about things like this certain way, or like you have to, or that it's not okay to enjoy this thing and it is okay to enjoy this thing. But we see that all over the internet with everything, not just Pokemon. But like, at the end of the day, you are who you are, and you're perfectly entitled to enjoy whatever you want to enjoy, you know? I have literally no earthly idea how to get into that, hold on. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing here. Hold on, let's see here. It's strange that they mentioned it's all opinions beforehand, but then when they say you would lose that argument towards Harmonia, it never really seemed like opinions at the point anymore. Yeah, there's a lot of people that treat opinions like, nope, this is the only way that you're allowed to think, and it's like, what the heck? The hell? You know? Wait, a hot ticker here. Wait, no, hold on. Should you stop playing after Black, White 1 and only saw highlights of the later games? You mostly know battle / gym, etc. music, and believe it got better over time. Yeah, the freaking battle themes got, like, I would say the battle themes got better in my opinion. Like, the battle themes are, like, hella cool. Like, freaking, some of the themes in Sword and Shield, like Marty's theme or Champion Leon's theme, what bangers. Yeah, like Marty's theme, as I was just saying there. Marty's theme is so dang good. How the heck do I get there? The heck? I wish it showed me. Does it show me the panels? It shows me the bird statues. It doesn't show the other places I can change things around. It's perfect game, I guess, or something. This was that one of the ones that had one of the panels, or was that the yeah, I think that was one of the ones that had one of the panels. I could try going into there. But yeah, I'm gonna start looking for a bit now. It might be for the rest of the stream though, so I hope that's alright. Still do your best to keep an eye on things here. I appreciate that, Guzma. Hope you have a good rest of the day and a good lurk. All stuff like that. I feel like it could be really easy to treat opinions like facts in a way. Oh, maybe I can, oh, I could do this and go like all the way around. Because in a way, I was recently discussing this with somebody. In a way, opinions are facts, just to that person specifically. Opinions are like a way of saying facts that are different for each person, essentially. Because the reason why it's an opinion for somebody in the first place is because in their head, that's what the truth is, you know? They wouldn't have that opinion if they thought otherwise. Because within their own worldview, that is their truth. So it can be very easy for a lot of people to just assume that it naturally should be for everybody else when that's not at all the case. But I feel like that's one of the factors that leads to that mindset. Master, look over that way. Because in one's own viewpoint, one's opinion is a fact to that person specifically, you know? If that makes sense. That's a way of looking at it, you know. I've identified the design on the floor as there as the mark of the neighbor. I detect the secret power of the Triforce radiating from it. Unfortunately, the way leading off to the mark is closed. We gotta do the thing. But yeah, Sword Shield's Battle Tower is fantabulous, but we all know why, considering who composed it. That's also true. That's true there. Be honest, Leon's theme is actually a really good banger. You made a mashup on that a year ago, and it blew up, but got a lot of positive feedback on it too, so it seems a lot of people really enjoy his theme. Just want to say that. You go lurk now. Alright, enjoy the lurk. I love freaking Champion Leon's theme. I love it when games have like an awesome use of leitmotifs, which is like recurring tunes. And Leon's theme uses some leitmotifs. Like it uses the Pokemon themes of things like the do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Like that's been recurring throughout the Pokemon series. So I think it's really cool when games will do stuff like that. Don't I have to place this like over here? Or a thing? I forget what exactly I need to do here. I've forgotten. I know there's like a target I gotta shoot somewhere. But I don't see it, and I thought that fan had to do with it. Can I run away from you fast enough? Maybe? I still hear them chasing me. Gosh darn it. Well, whatever. Does it feel like it belongs in the last Pokemon game as a love letter to the franchise? It really is like a really cool thing. I feel like my favorite champion theme in Pokemon might well be freaking the one from Generation 2 / Heart Gold Soul Silver. Oh, and that just occurred to me. I saw the question way earlier of covering Heart Gold Soul Silver, and I never answered it, but the answer is yes. It'll happen eventually. I just don't know when. I just now realized I forgot to answer that until now. Whoops. Something interesting about this channel is I do see a lot of the comments and read them out, but I won't like read them out loud until I get like a proper chance, and then sometimes maybe I forget about them. That's one of those cases, so whoops. But anyway, the Gen 2 champion theme, I love the way that it uses the do-do-do, 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 because that's also like the intro theme. Like if you load up one of those games, the first tune that you hear when you load up the game and you see like the Nidorino and the Gengar fighting is the do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. do 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 do, and that's like the opening theme. That's what you hear every time you open the game, and then you face off against the champion or red. It's used in both cases, and all of a sudden you hear that come in full swing, and it's like do 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 do, like super intense. It's like, whoa, that is such a cool way to, you know, be reusing tunes like that. I love a freaking good leitmotif use like that, because when you reuse a tune throughout your adventure, like, it becomes a symbol of your adventure, and you associate it with your adventure, and it becomes like a symbol of your adventure up to that point. Like, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series is really good at using leitmotifs as well, for example. Yeah, favorite Pokemon music is Cynthia's battle theme, but it has a leg up simply for being your first Pokemon game, first Nuzlocke, and being your favorite game in the franchise. Understandable there, but Cynthia's theme is definitely really good. I think it's mostly because Leon is canonically considered the strongest champion, which is why he also has the Hall of Fame theme. It's considered to be rank 1 in the anime too, so it makes sense. Is that actually the way he canonically is, like the strongest champion? Tried to catch a Eternatus in a standard Pokeball. He's the strongest champion. Maybe not the smartest champion, I guess. But there's that. That was the thing with the target, I'm now remembering. I remember it now. Now I suddenly remember. Okay, I gotta bring it around town here. Bring it around town. I'll take this just in case I need it for science. This is what I may as well do. There's gonna be plants here, right? Yep. I thought I could sneak past you. Stop attacking my orb. I need that for things. I'll have you know. I'll have you know, I do need that for things. Well, but yeah. Is it Sword and Shield the Time Life universe? Is it now? I know that with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, they said that, you know, there's different universes for, like, the universe where Mega Evolution exists and the universe where Mega Evolution doesn't exist. But is Dynamaxing its own separate universe as well, then? Or something like that? Or what's going on? Beginning of Journeys, he battles Lance and wins, so he becomes the world champion. I've heard of Journeys. I don't actually know what it is. Like, I know that it stars, like, Ash and stuff, apparently. Is it just, like, the next series of the anime? Or is it, like, a whole separate side thing? Is it just, like, the name of, like, the anime nowadays or something like that? Because, like, I've heard of it, but I don't actually know what it is. 2 times one with Mega Stones and one where it doesn't. Yeah, I've heard about that, but what's the... Is there, like, a separate timeline with Dynamaxing or something like that? Don't know about Dynamaxing. Got 2, he's the strongest trainer in the world in Journeys. What is Journeys? What's Journeys? I straight up don't know. I've seen the title here or there sometimes, but I actually don't know what it is. Quite frankly. But yeah, I prefer Mega Evolution. So do I. So do I, personally. So it is just the newest anime season. That is the regular anime thing. It just has that name. Okay. I guess. Oh. Oh, I gotta throw this, like, under there. The new Pokemon anime. Gotcha, gotcha. But it's still just, like, a continuation of, like, all the stuff and junk there. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I know a lot of people had, like, really mixed feelings on Mega Evolution. I feel like it could have been executed better, but, like, otherwise was a pretty interesting thing. It's not actually Gen 8 either. It's kind of a combination of all 8 generations. What, Journeys? Isn't that, like, every freaking continuation of the Pokemon anime? Or you just mean, like, in terms of the human cast? Like, is it, like, a connection of the human cast across all this stuff, then? Bring out a lot of characters, including Cynthia as well as Dante. Okay, so that's what you meant. Because I was about to say, wouldn't every natural next season of the Pokemon anime include, like, previous Pokemon? I wonder how many Pokemon have been in the Pokemon anime that you couldn't actually find in Sword and Shield. What the heck? I can claw shot this from here, right? Yeah, so it didn't learn of the National Dex cut. What the heck do I do about this? What? The hell? Do I need, like, a middle ground? Probably need, like, a middle ground, like, here. That's what's probably required, I suppose. So, let's go ahead, go around and do that, I suppose. This is what we shall do. Bring it around town. But yeah, I always thought the strongest trainer was a toss-up between Cynthia and Red. It could well be. Could well be something like that. Go ahead and smackaroo. I haven't watched the anime since, like, the beginning of Gen 4. It was the last time I watched any of the anime, so I have no idea what's happened at all to the Pokemon anime since then. So it was just announced too in the anime, and she's a part of the top 8 trainers. I thought you said she was already in it. What do you mean she was just announced? I thought you said she was already a part of it. Well, we got the triple Toblerone. And I did hear about that with Sun and Moon. I did hear about Ash winning that league there. I love his face when he's getting teleported. His face is like the cat from that meme with like the one woman pointing at the cat eating a salad at the table. That's literally Link's face as he's getting teleported away, is that cat. Tell me I'm wrong. Did you gather all the Toblerone for me? Oh, more lung cancer. Master, I believe at this juncture that a prayer is required. The ultimate goal. What a goal! We have traveled so far, for now is within reach. The ultimate goal of beating Skyward Sword twice on the same channel. Focus now, and wish with all your might for the destruction of Demise. Focus now, and wish with all your might for the destruction of your enemies. The destruction of the undeserving. Kill them! Kill them, Anakin! I wish for a game with better textures. I wish I could live in a world that isn't plagued by these textures. That is my wish. I no longer want to be here. And there we go, we beat it. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You wanted somebody else to die? How about you die? Now fall. Sup, assholes, it's me again! What the hell is that? Ah, shit. I love how the way that you kill him is literally by crushing him. Like, a creature that massive, you literally crush him. Can we just pause for a second and say, the goddess put... the story here is the goddess put Skyloft up into the sky to keep it away from Demise. But Skyloft, or this part of Skyloft being on the ground, is the thing that kills Demise. Excuse me. Like, if Demise is sealed in the place where this island came from, and it's as easy to kill him as just crushing him with a landmass, why don't you just put him down there, as you did when he was freaking sealed away, and then crush him immediately? Not just be like, oh, let's just keep it up. There's story reasons. I still think that Skyward Sword is probably my favorite Zelda plot, but like, my goodness, looking back at it after playing this game like 5 or 6 times because of how much I love Skyward Sword, it really becomes blatant in some cases where it's like, really? This plot doesn't make sense a lot of the time, unfortunately. Master Harmonia, I have news. I have confirmed that the Isle of the Goddess, which is formerly a part of Skyloft, has returned to the surface. Like, the story of Skyward Sword is good if you can get past the fact that it doesn't actually make sense. You know? Furthermore, I've detected the successful eradication of Demise. Your prayers to the Triforce have been heard. We smooshed that bitch like a weird bug. In light of these factors, the seal Zelda maintained through her age-long sleep is no longer necessary. My projections indicate she will awake momentarily. What if after the story of Skyward Sword, Link just goes on to become like an insect exterminator? Except how he exterminates the insects is by dropping a temple onto someone's house. So like someone reaches out to him, oh, Link, please help. Link the exterminator, we've got an insect problem in our house. No problem, can do. Translated from hiya, hiya, and just drops an entire temple onto their house. Well, like, we got it. We got the spooners. You don't have to worry about those anymore. I advise you to make your way to the sealed temple as soon as possible. I just like to imagine Link dropping a goddess statue onto someone's house. That's what I like to imagine. Well, we did it. We totally beat the game a second time on the same channel. Imagine doing multiple playthroughs of the same game on one channel. Why do I do the things I do? Also, the reason Zelda was sealed away was to keep Demise from waking up, but he's woken up so many times anyway. Like, he was waking up just as we killed him. Another thing that doesn't quite add up. The orange Fanta crystal is breaking. Oh my goodness, I never noticed how a lot of those shards are just weird looking PNGs. I never noticed that before in freaking 480p. But now it's like, oh. Yeah, maybe her being sealed away made him sleep. It made him wake up less often. Or something like that. Could well be. Link's thirst freed her after how much thirsting we've seen across this whole playthrough. Skyward Sword, the Tale of Thirst. Oh, man. Kuzma, every Zelda game has a different Zelda. Good morning, Harmonia. There it is, adventure done! Happy ending once again, second time on this channel. Totally nothing else. Oh my goodness, that Link laugh looks weird. You gotta love Groose. Even if the models could use some updating. Mostly the mouths. They still gotta love Groose. That'll show you for having thoughts of premarital This is all very this is all very sorry. This is all very touching, really. But I'm afraid I have to cut this emotional moment short. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make that one joke or not. It was so stupid. It's best for every one of you forget about your friend. The little goddess is mine now. What an OP grab. Should be nerfed. My master may have perished in this age, but in the past he lives yet. I'm taking the girl back through that gate to help me revive the Demon King. You've been so adoringly dogged in your quest to get in my way. And as much as it has delighted me, I can no longer tolerate you nipping at my heels. You know, boy, you've really pushed me too far. The moment I sweated and bled for is at hand. I don't even have the time to grind my heel into a worm like you. Not now. I don't know why Link didn't go and stand in front of the gate of time. Like, hear him just said in the past his master yet lives. That's a place to go. I guess that one teleport over with the strike was a whole lot. Stand down. You're in my way. The sight of your appalling hair makes my gorge rise. He just Falcon kicked. He was in a Falcon kick. Show me your moves. Yes. You've done a fine job of spoiling my plans to revive the Demon King in this age. So I see no point in dawdling here. But the past. Oh, the past. So full of possibilities. Like I can undo those embarrassing photos of me at the Christmas party. I shall resurrect him there with the divine soul of this golden-haired girl. And maybe erase that one time I looked up that one thing on Google. Please don't look at my search history, Link. Maybe Zelda will be awake, made Link sleepy inside the mines. Maybe Link just got a little bit sleepy. I enjoy going back to the lurk there, Kuzma. Okay, when that joke with Kirim appeared, that was just the first thing that popped in my head. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to make that joke or if that was a bit too far. But, oh man, sometimes those kinds of things happen where I see something dumb pops into my head and I'm like, I don't even know if I want to say it, but I did. Harmonia. Scare him, he appeared out of thin air. Got the drop on me. Don't worry about me, let's chase after him. I ran through the great doors at the front of the temple. May yet catch him before it's too late, hurry. Well, we're going. Now it's time for the final encounter. We did the final dungeon. Now it's time to approach the final boss and try it with button controls rather than that. Wait, I haven't done it before, but isn't there a thing where you can face the final boss with a bug net? I'm just now remembering. Maybe I should try it. Also, hello, Super Hyper. Sorry I didn't say hi before. Hope you're doing well. They still didn't give him a teleport animation? He just despawns and spawns in. Like, that was even jarring and strange in the original Wii game. Because literally any other time he teleports ever in the game, there's like the teleport, like animation and sound. But they didn't do that for this. He just despawns and spawns in. How did they not change that? They really changed like nothing about this. Oh my goodness. This game, I'm so ready to be done with this game. Hear me, my heart. The spell is nearly complete. The Demon King returns. Until then, you will keep that whelp from interfering with my ritual. I don't care if the whole lot of you get lodged on the end of his blade. You will buy me the time I need. Do not fear him. Fear my wrath if you fail me. Feel my power of despawning and spawning without any dedicated teleporting things during his happy dance. The lighting was kind of weird here in the original, and it seems kind of weird here again. Okay, see you later. I gotta catch them Black Friday sales, you know? So, Squizzy, coming through. Places to be Squizzy, coming through. Did you know that this technically counts as a boss battle? Ow. Technically, it counts as a boss battle, what we're doing right now, interestingly enough. Like, when you go to the Lanayru Dragon to refight any of the bosses that you faced before, this is one of the options. So, technically, like, the way the game sees this, it's technically a boss battle. What we're doing right now is the way the game counts it. Well, look at this all. Look at them all. My goodness. Look at all these nerds. My goodness, it's Dark Souls 2. Yep. Here we are. We're considering some Dark Souls 2. I think I just need to take out the banana nerds. Grab the heart, I guess. Not used to seeing hearts in hero mode. Not used to seeing that. Now they got bombs. Now they got the thing. Scoozy! Scoozy coming through. Places to be. Scoozy! We have places to be. How do so many of them appear here anyway? My goodness, how did so many get here? What, did they place the bombs down mid-cutscene? Is a fuse still going down mid-cutscene? No, it seems like the timer was paused during the cutscene. I was honestly sure that it was going to, those are bombs. Those are bombs right there. I love Dark Souls 2, but this year's I put too many enemies in the game. I can agree there. Ow, stop. You're so rude. Command and put spin attack. Been slowly getting more used to that. Scoozy coming through. Places to be. Excuse me. Squizzy. Well, man, these Black Friday crowds, they sure are something. They're all trying to run and get those sales. No. Nope. Please, no. Do not shoot me. That would be very rude, and I do not consent. I do not consent. Squizzy. More stuff. Man, I'm pretty sure with clever walking, you can skip the bear by vaulting over the big guys. Oh, that probably is a thing, isn't it? By like vaulting over their shields. Something I've never tried before. What's going on with that guy? What the heck is going on with that guy anyway? Oh, he just runs in and now he's okay, there we go. Hey, freaking get back here. What the hell was that? Was that a weird glitchy attack? That was like a weird dash attack? His Bokoblin, his blue Bokoblin being added to Smash, and that was his weird dash attack? How about you don't? How about you don't, you freaking psychopaths? Just give me some breathing room here. Squeezy. Coming through. I'll grab this stamina fruit here. What? I did that a little bit early. Ow! I mistimed it slightly. Another thingamabob. My goodness. Oh, we got freaking Skeletors over here again. This is what we got. What? I heard the parry, but somebody else hit me. Well, stop. 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 I wanted to shield, but I buffered another attack there. Whoops. Well, there's that. Squeezy. Squeezy? Question marks? There we go, Squeezy. Uh-oh. Ow. So rude. So unbelievably rude. Okay, rolling is probably the play there, right? Roll into it is most likely the place. Okay, excuse me. I have places to be. Ow, you had to take a pot shot at me right before I see this bish gear him over here. Oh, is it? There's still more other stuff, huh? Yeah, there's still more other stuff. Well. Time for command and put spin attacks, I guess. More command and put spin attacks. Boop. I will take some hearts, thanks. Ow, stab. You were so rude. Smack. Well, that was I need a Staples easy button. Heart, no! Darn you. Whatever. We're not gonna need the hearts while facing Gear him anyway. I genuinely feel like Gear him 2 is harder than Gear him 3. So, you're far too quick, boy. My boy. Peace is what all true warriors strive for. I realize a simple child like you knows nothing of magic, but spells like this take time and a steady hand. Can't you wait quietly like a good boy, hmm? Petulant brat. Pushed me too far. I've waited my whole existence for this. This is my moment. I've waited my whole existence twice, because this is the second time we're doing this. You know what's fine? If you're so intent on hurrying to your... I wanted to read that! I didn't even press A! This time there will be no heroic escape. I was a fool to toy with you and let you walk away with your life before. But I won't make that mistake again. It's over 9,000! That I promise! Yeah, he probably just forgot how to do the trick. I just doesn't want to be embarrassed. His forgot, but he secretly has a crush on Link, so he doesn't want to reveal that in front of him. In fact, that was the whole reason he interrupted Link and Zelda before. If only I'd put you in your place from the very beginning. Show a human a little mercy, and the next thing you know, he thinks himself your equal. Given my station, I had to maintain some semblance of dignity, so I let you run with your life. Twice even. Such a guilty pleasure. But instead of scurrying away like any creature with a basic instinct to survive, you just kept coming back. Again, and again, and again. And one entire more cycle of that, considering this is the second time we've done a playthrough of this game. I've let a mere boy make a fool of me for the last time. You stand before a demon, or should I say, a weapon without mercy. For you, boy, I prepared a most appropriate and humiliating death. Even I have a pet name for it. I call it the Victory Royale. First I will take my time bludgeoning you. And when I grow bored of it, I will drive you to the edge and deliver a last strike to send you falling to your doom. I'll delight in casting your body into this pit and snuffing out the flame of your life. Your broken body will serve as fine sustenance for the Demon King. Okay. Yeah, he worked out his body and stripped in front of the Link. Yeah, he might well have a crush going on here. Well, see you, Girahim. See you later. Time to go ahead and command and put Smackaroo. Stabby stab. Well, what you think? So, welcome to Girahim 3. I'll be your guide. I'll be your guide to Girahim 3 here. Come on, command input. There we go. Boopity bop. Stabby stab once again. Get up. Get up, nerd. All right, here we go. It's just spleed. Well, boop. So, well, spleef. That makes more sense. At first I thought that was like a typo for speed. But yeah, it literally is like Minecraft spleef, sort of, except without the ground going away. Well, that's stage 1 done. Time for phase 2. I remember spleef. Gotta dig out the ground from under your opponent. Well, now, he has a sword. Well, smack. I forget what you do here. Do you just... What do you do here again? That, I guess. Well, I wanted to shield that, but what do you do here again? It's been a little while. Guess I just do that, I suppose? What? I heard the parry come out. Yeah, the sword literally has a sword. So, hi. Maybe I just avoid those ones? Oh, I can knock his sword away. I didn't know that. So, I guess it's because I'm used to in the Wii version doing like rapid back and forth and not just spamming the same direction over and over again. Because you couldn't really do that with a Wii remote because you'd have to like return the motion control thing back to the other side, which would do a swing that other way. So, I mean, oh, dang it. Oh. Stop. Dang it, I'm bad. I love how he waits. Oh, gosh darn it. Darn it, I'm bad at this. Holy crap, why am I so bad at this right now? I did this so many times in my hero mode playthrough. Gosh darn it. Yeah, he basically is the equivalent of Fi. So, Link has Fi with the Master Sword, and our main antagonist in this game, Demise. This is basically the equivalent that he has. Like, this is Demise's sword. So 3 strikes and then it changes. So that's the reason for that. So looking like Fi is most likely the intention. So Master Fence trying to show up a beginner, the beginner just spamming an attack and overpowering the Master. This is preposterous. Driven to my knees by a simple child of man. Affable. No matter how many times we clash, I can't prevail. Think I can't defeat you? Think I can't win? Boy, what are you? I'm a goofy gooba. Rock. But never mind that. Victory is still mine to savor. While we fought, The ritual I started continued. At last, it's completed. I have now downloaded the most important, confidential, private stuff. The Demon King shall devour the soul of the goddess and resurrect in his full glory. It's just so funny, I can't help but laugh here. Hi, I'm Todd. I'm with Atari. You might have heard of us. Is it just me, or did Miser get a bit shorter? Yes, all the gamer girl bathwater right down my throat, yes! No, okay, let's attack that. Now it's giving me superpowers. Don't you see? It's all over. You and your kind have lost. The world and everything in it now belong to darkness. They belong to my master. That was some serious gourmet shit. So much so it gave me orange hair. Welcome back to us, Master. And even more OP grab. More lung cancer! He's like, yes, harder. Okay, let's maybe stop. I'm gonna get freaking TOS banned at this rate. I say that like I'm on Twitch. I don't know what it's like on YouTube, but so yeah, gear him really is like the equivalent of 5, but for demise. My goodness. So, you are the chosen knight of the goddess. Intriguing. The goddess lowered herself to a mortal existence to keep me imprisoned. Pathetic. This bag of flesh pales in comparison to the magnificence of her previous form. No, forgive the issues I'm having with my throat right now. There's really nothing changed since the Wii version, huh? Oh my goodness. This does not look like a 2021 game. Oh yeah, I got her. She's okay. So you and that other human would stand before obliteration to aid the goddess, would you? Oh, curious. Humans I've known were weak things, hardly more than insects, shivering under rocks and ready to flee at a mere glimpse of me. When last I walked this world, they did little more than scream and cling to their goddess, mewling and praying, counting on her to protect them. How amusing to think those cowards begot someone like you. You want to hear a funny joke? You grow more fascinated by the second human. I never imagined I'd meet one of your kind who wished to stand against me in battle. Very well then. I shall prepare a place for us where we will not be bothered by distractions. Come down to my studio apartment and face me in a first of 5. Fox only, no items, final destination. If you still have the courage to face me, seek me there. He's just like, okay, we don't have to do this here. Moni, it's all on you. Oh, listen up. Granny had some info for you. There are some people trying to reach out to you about the extended warranty on your car insurance. The old girl says it'll take time for that grease wad to absorb Zelda's soul completely. If you can take him down before his soul gets all sucked up into that thing, you might still have a chance. I know you can do it. So, yeah, you've got to do this. You're all Zelda's got. You've got to make this happen. I love how his nose is like half his face. We can't attack now because we need a more epic final battle place. If you fear for your life, do not follow me. Spend what little time your world has left cowering and crying. It befits your kind. But if you truly desire to raise your blade against the world I would build, come for me. I've waited eons to return. I can spare a few more moments to let you decide. Yeah, we're going to the Shadow Realm. It's up to you now, Harmonia. So, when we did this last time, okay, I'm missing some stuff here. Wait, no. We got a pocket. Yeah, you just drop like a bomb into the portal, and it's just like, well, demise is gone. Once you enter this portal, my analysis indicates a 0% chance you'll be able to return unless you're able to vanquish your foe. Well, not yet. Not yet here. We gotta go save at the thing here. So, we did this in, like, a very unique kind of way last time. Like, hold on. If I load up my, thingamabob from before. Let's see here. Find my original Skyward Sword playthrough that we did with the, Wiimote rifle. Where is it here? On the playthroughs tab. I have way too many playthroughs. Holy crap. I'm just gonna control F it. Skyward... No, not Skyward Sword HD, but the other one. There we go. Skyward Sword. Right before Fire Emblem 3 Houses, it seems like. So the last time we did this on the channel, with my series of the original Skyward Sword here, that I guess ended May this year. When we did this May this year, we put on oven mitts while facing the final boss here. We did it in hero mode with a Cabela's Wiimote rifle and oven mitts. So not only were the controls god awful and I could basically only do spin attacks, I was also restricted to basically not being able to feel the buttons through the mitt was the thing. So it was yikes. Is there any unique challenge we could do this time? I could try it blindfolded like we tried like the first phase of Collectos or something. Wii version looks better. Yeah. This game was made to be 480p. I'm just saving it again because I'm crazy. Bashing you to the Shadow Realm. Oven mitts returns. I have the oven. What, you think I should try button controls oven mitts? I was gonna think trying blindfolded or something like that is what I could try. I could try grabbing like the oven mitts again or something like that. Blindfolded oven mitts? No, that's a terrible idea. I'm tempted to try. Anyway, I wanted to save before I use this. Gotta remember where my potions are. So, yeah, invincibility stuff up there, and then a heart thing there. I could try it, but like 3 tries blindfolded after that oven mitts. We could try. We could certainly try it. I think my oven mitts are just back there, next to where I left the Wiimote rifle. But you know, my I might just tie my hair back here is what I might do, because my blindfold, essentially my scarf, was able to be kept in place by my headset headphones that I don't have right now. So hopefully it can stay. I could always just like face the other direction away from my monitor or something, but hold on. Let's tie my hair back like that. Get the DK bongos. I don't own DK bongos. I don't even own any. Let's see here. I'll try it with I'll try it blindfolded. I don't know what audio cues to go off of. You have to look at Zelda's OnlyFans while playing that. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. My goodness. Anybody hear about the whole freaking drama going on with OnlyFans lately? Maybe this isn't the time to discuss. Let's drop that for now, actually. Look at this place. What a dramatic shot. So you've decided to meet your end in battle after all. It pleases me greatly to see such misplaced valor, human. Take a moment to appreciate your surroundings. Where we stand shall serve as your tomb for eternity. Want to know how I got these scars? The hate for the gods that has boiled in my veins. You will taste all of it in the bite of my blade. The only question left is how long you will manage to remain standing before I take your life. Try to keep it interesting for me, would you? And when you do fall, know that your world and everything in it is mine to dominate, mine to subjugate, mine to rule. When I finish with you, yes, that's the words. You can take solace in knowing your friends and kin will soon follow, as I wipe all who oppose me from the face of this world. Won't be long now. At last, the almighty power I've sought for millennia. I will take the Triforce for my own. And the world shall be under my foot for eternity! Alright, well, here we go, Demise. I'm gonna try it blindfolded. And the question of the day is, how well do I know the audio cues of this fight? How well do I know it? Because, again, I've played Skyward Sword multiple times. I don't think I've ever tried this before. I know that we did, like, Collectos Phase 1 blindfolded, but I don't know if I've done anything like this before. What? I would like to breathe, though, please. Something like this, and then, bam, it's a bit tight. Okay, we're, controller. Okay, I hate this already. Okay. This gotta suck. I might actually turn up my volume a smidge, because I'm gonna need to rely on audio cues, so hold on. Let me turn up my volume, like, a lot. There we go. There we go. Okay, something like this. My ears hurt, kind of. Bam! Oh, crap. This might not work out. Crap. Hold on. Strike me! Darn it. Maybe I should just go completely silent and focus. Dang it. Dang it. Why do I get so many hits in there? Is that like the bit where he's on the ground? Well, it's phase 2 time, I guess. But, I don't know if I can do this. Crap. I did drink my invincibility potion because screw it. Crap. I don't know what's going on right now. Crap. Zap me. Crap. Where is he? Okay, that might have been the scripted miss though. Crap. Well, there's the final boss of Skyward Sword blindfolded. I did use an invincibility potion, but, managed to do it first try. Doesn't count because I used an invincibility potion, but, I'll say it does. So last time we did it on hero mode with, Cabela's Wiimote rifle and oven mitts. This time we did it blindfolded. I think it was genuinely harder with a Wiimote rifle and oven mitts on hero mode than it was blindfolded. I think that blindfolded might have been a bit easier. You stand as a paragon of your kind. You wouldn't be able to do that blind. I literally had no idea where he was for like half of second phase. Fight like no man or demon I've ever known. This is not the end. Now we've beaten you in 2 wacky ways. Now my hate never perishes. It is born anew in a cycle with no end. I will rise again. I'm gonna need to go watch that back later. Those like you, those who share the blood of the goddess and the spirit of the hero, they are eternally bound to this curse. I appreciate the super chat there, Guzma. My goodness. An incarnation of my hatred shall ever follow your kind, dooming them to wander a blood-soaked sea of darkness for all time. Yeah, it did feel way easier than, with the Wiimote rifle oven mitts hero mode. It took me like an hour of attempts on hero mode with the Wiimote rifle and oven mitts. Mostly because I'd keep misinputting from the oven mitts because I literally couldn't feel the buttons. So, my goodness. Like, first phase, I wasn't sure what blindfolded was gonna be like there. First phase wasn't that bad. But second phase, I had literally no idea what was going on half the time from the eradication of the Demon King. His residual consciousness has been absorbed into the Master Sword. It is now sealed away. And you can see me, like, continuing to lock on sometimes so I could get, like, the audio cue of, like, am I locked on by facing the right direction? First phase was pretty alright with the audio cues. The second one was a bit weirder. You have done well, Harmonia. First you beat him with a Wiimote rifle and oven mitts, now you beat him blindfolded. Good job. Harmonia. Thank you. I think it's over. Fine. Why did something have to get stuck in my throat right there? What, is the universe trying to tell me it's not over? Or something like that? There's gonna be a third playthrough of Skyward Sword at some point in the future? Please no. 2 is enough. Finally, it's all over. Skyward Sword is now for sure done on the... Wait, unless I actually do try out, like, the 4K dolphin texture pack. Is it actually not over if I want to do... If we do that, it wouldn't be a full playthrough. It would just be like a one-off kind of thing if we do that to compare it. If we ever do that. Let's not do a third full playthrough. No thanks. Nice going, you two. You guys were totally amazing in this little adventure I like to call Legend of Groose. That's a little joke. Joke or not, your contributions to our efforts were heroic. You have my thanks. Ah, well, you know. Just glad I could make myself useful. I'm happy things turned out okay. Hey, so things look pretty sewn up here. What do you say, guys? Ready to head back to our own time? Granny was really worried about you two. We don't want to keep the old girl in suspense too long. Alia, your grace. Or perhaps you prefer Zelda. It pleases me to know you are safe. Master, I must speak with you. So, Link, you planning on tapping that? Okay, Master Harmonia, you have successfully protected the goddess reborn and defeated Demise, fulfilling your role as the hero of legend. My purpose here is complete. Therefore, I ask you to dissolve our arrangement as master and servant. Drive the sword into the pedestal before you, and I will return to the sword to enter a sleep without end. Master, you have achieved the purpose you were chosen to fulfill. Please, set the sword in the pedestal and bring the goddess's mission to an end. Now, Master, it is time to conclude our necessary companionship. And I'm sure that someone's probably done it further back than that, Guzma. I'm certain about that. There's probably plenty of people who have done it before. Like, Demise is one of those final bosses that, like, the first time you face it will be, like, really tricky and hard. But after you've done it once or twice, like, it's, like, one of the easiest final bosses ever made. Like, after you've replayed it once or twice. And it's like, oh, wow, that's actually really basic. Harmonia. Harmonia, hear me. My purpose was to obey the command of the goddess and lead you, the chosen hero of this land, on your quest. When I first awoke and began this task, I perceived it as merely serving my function as a servant to her grace. However, I have come to consider the information corresponding to our time together among the most precious data I have on record. I do not have the capability to fully understand the human spirit, Harmonia. But now, at the end of my journey with you, as I prepare to sleep within the Master Sword forever, I experience a feeling I am unable to identify. I lack sufficient data to be sure of my conclusion, but I believe this feeling correlates closest to what your people call happiness. Our partnership is at an end, and even as we speak, I feel my consciousness fading away. Before I enter the sleep that calls me to the sword, I wish to relay to you words that I recorded many times over the course of our journey. Many have said them to you thus far, but now I wish to say them for myself. Thank you, Master. May we meet again in another life. What? Impa, why? Come with us! Zelda, your grace, you possess the memories of the goddess, and the most lucrative bathwater Hyrule has ever seen. You must understand why that is not possible. I'm a being of this age. My place is here. I know that, but... You must return to your own time. I will take care of the gate once you have passed through. I can't do that. You and I have been through so much together. I don't want to leave you alone. Please, Impa, come back with us. Zelda, at the command of the goddess, I passed through the gate of time. I did so to protect you and aid the fight to prevent the world's destruction. The last remnants of demise are decaying slowly within the sword. Someone must stay behind to watch over this blade. His spirit must not reawaken. He must never be allowed to threaten the world again. This is the nature of the task given to my tribe. As a member of the Sheikah, the goddess's chosen guardians, I gladly welcome this duty. Zelda, I shall watch over the Triforce. Its power is too great to leave in the grasp of man. Dependence on its might is an invitation to disaster. When it has served its purpose, it must be secreted away to lie dormant once again, the knowledge of its existence hidden from mortal history. These are the words the goddess spoke to me long ago. I remember them well, as do you, I'm sure. Do not despair, Zelda. You and I will surely meet again someday. What a hitbox, it needs nerfing. See? I told you we'd meet again. Impa, thank you. Thank you for everything. And now that she's been strucken down, she will come back more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Is it just me, or did it shift up over all these years? Slide out more than it was before. There we have it. For the second time, we have beaten Skyward Sword on this channel. Oh my goodness. What a journey it has been once again. When we started this playthrough, I was like, okay, we've already done Skyward Sword on this channel, so no guarantees that we see this through to the end. And here we are, we saw it through to the end because, screw it, I guess we actually saw it through to the end right before university starting up again. Also, sorry that I wasn't reading out chat during like those final cutscenes there. But yeah, hello Stefan. Incidentally, love the finale of Skyward Sword, but it's strange how a demon lord who imminently threatens the world is simply beating a straight up sword fight. Yeah, he threatens the entire world, but then you have a little bit of a sword fight there, and all of a sudden, well, you beat the, oh, look at those. The textures do not line up between the things that the, whatever the heck. But yeah, I do think it's interesting how it shows cutscenes for like Zelda's story, essentially, during the credit sequence. Anyway, during the credits is usually when I give my my full review of a game. I've already given my full review of Skyward Sword as a game during our main game playthrough. I guess I can basically do it again. I really like the story of this game. There are places where it really doesn't make sense, as we've established, but I do generally actually really like the story of this game. I quite enjoy it. It's always had like a soft spot in my heart, both in terms of like Zelda stories and like storytelling and games in general. Like, it was probably my first console game that I played that had this kind of an in-depth story. Like, I played some other games with in-depth stories before, like the Sly series, for example, but that's in-depth in like a different kind of way, you know? This was my first introduction to this kind of fantasy adventure kind of storytelling in video games is what this kind of introduced me to, in a way, with this being my first Zelda game that I played. I do think that the story could be better in some places, or explained better in some ways, but still generally pretty good and enjoyable, and I quite like it. The music is hella good. The music freaking does some hellish nice things with leitmotifs. Like, the area themes aren't like masterpieces or anything like that. Like, the area and dungeon themes I feel like could be cooler, but the main themes are really, really good. And something that I find interesting about a lot of Zelda games in general is how they do have a focus on music even in their storytelling. Like, in this game, you get a harp, for example. In Ocarina of Time, you get an ocarina. There's several Zelda games out there that have focus on, like, some instrument or something with its story, and I find that fascinating in a way. So, that was always neat. Gameplay. A lot of people complained about the motion controls in the original. I thought they were fine. I actually quite enjoyed them. When it came to this, I mean, that's basically the main stuff that I wanted to say about Skyward Sword in general. Like, I really like it at the end of the day. But Skyward Sword HD, just taking the exact, like, just scaling it up into HD without changing any of the textures. Freaking one of the largest game studios in the gaming industry, one of the biggest companies in the gaming industry, couldn't bother to change the textures for a full-priced game when fans are willing to change the textures to 4K for free. That really says something about the standards of the company, you know? When fans are willing to make all the way up to 4K textures just because they're fans, but the company themselves has to charge full price for the, you know, for just increasing the number of pixels without changing any of the textures at all. Increasing the number of pixels that you could already do for free on an emulator like Dolphin anyway. As well as, they do make some changes, like a quality of life change of being able to go to the sky from anywhere, but you need to have an amiibo to do so, which good luck getting your hands on one unless you're lucky enough to get one, like, right from the get-go. Otherwise, you're gonna have to deal with absurd prices and scalpers just for, like, a small quality of life feature. It's like, what the heck? But yeah, what does that say about people that bought both, apart from wanting to cover them on a freaking channel and see what's going on here? I mean, if it is still the only way to play Skyward Sword on the Switch. So, like, if you want to play it on the go, then that's understandable. But if you just want, like, the best Skyward Sword experience you can get, it's really on PC, honestly. The best Skyward Sword experience you can get is really going to be on PC, with both fan-made textures, maybe some fan-made mods that make the quality of life changes that Nintendo is going to charge full price for, or an additional amiibo for. So, I find that so strange that you can play this decade-old game in better quality, like, through free ways that fans have provided, than you can with, like, the just recently released kind of definitive version of this game that Nintendo officially released. It's not the best. When it came to, like, the gameplay of this compared to the original Skyward Sword, the motion controls in terms of using the Joy-Cons, the motion controls in terms of combat felt good. In terms of swinging the sword and doing combat stuff with the sword and shield with the two Joy-Cons, that felt good. That felt the way that it should. That seems to work all as intended. But when it came to motion controls with, like, aiming for, like, aiming a reticle and stuff, if I was using the Joy-Cons, they would constantly drift all over the place. And that's not, like, Joy-Con drift. Joy-Con drift talks about, like, the sticks, not motion controls. But I would put the Joy-Cons down in my lap for like a second, and the next time I pull up like my aiming crosshair for like a bow or the slingshot, it would just start drifting off to the side when all I did is like move it from here to like my lap, and that's it. So you'd think if anything it would drift down. No, it would drift either to like the left or right. It didn't make any sense. So like, and I would have to recenter it every time. So the motion controls when it came to aiming there was god awful, and I don't know why it was like that. When it comes to the button controls, like, mapping the sword to the right stick does make sense, in my opinion, since you have, like, the different ways that you can swing, so you can, like, do all the different directions, just like you could with motion controls. But the fact that shield is click in the left stick, like, I guess they want it to be, like, right stick for sword, left stick for shield, except left stick is movement, and just click in is the one shield button. It's still weird and still feels like it could have been a better button. Or maybe there could have been like an options menu to like remap those things. Or with regular motion controls, you could swing both the sword and the shield at the same time to do a spin attack. Whereas in this, you have to do a command input. Like that. You have to do a command input, so you can't just throw out a spin attack on the fly instantly whenever you want anymore. You have to like actually get a command input at the ready. And because the command inputs are just like that direction, the other way, and back to that direction, that means that you can't spam attacks back and forth rapidly like you can with motion controls. Because if you do, you'll just spam spin attack and lose all your stamina. So you can still do rapid strikes one way, but it's not possible to do a rapid back and forth swing on button controls. It's just not possible because of the weird way that they mapped this out, and they thought that it'd be great to make like freaky weird fighting game command inputs for spin attacks in this. It's so strange. But when it comes to like the aiming with using an actual controller like the Pro Controller, that felt good. Using the Switch's smart motion to aim, that was good. That didn't drift off to the side or act in weird ways like the motion controls did. Aiming things like a bow or the slingshot or whatever with the Pro Controller, that felt good. Like, I did like the smart motion aiming of that. But for whatever reason, when using the Joy-Cons and motion controls, it would just drift all over the place, and I don't know why. I genuinely feel like the original version of Skyward Sword is a better version than Skyward Sword HD. I genuinely feel that way. Both for, like, the consistency and the controls, if you're using motion controls, without your thing drifting all over the place, and the fact that these textures are meant for 480p graphics. So, like, you don't really notice all that much of, you know, issues. Around us, as a child, I always dreamed of a world below. I wanted to see the surface with my own eyes and feel the land's warm breeze on my skin. I think I want to live here. I always want to feel solid ground beneath my feet, see the clouds above my head, watch over the Triforce. What about you, Harmonia? What will you do now? Play a better video game? At the end of the day, how I feel about this whole thing is, like, I love Skyward Sword. I'm just disappointed that this is the treatment that Skyward Sword got a decade later. Like, imagine if this game got, like, a proper remake or, like, a proper remaster rather than one of the laziest ports that I've seen. This is the laziest port I've seen since 3D All-Stars. And that's saying something. So, you know. You know, I'm salty at 3D All-Stars. I'm salty at this. I adore Skyward Sword, but this is not a good version of Skyward Sword in my opinion. So, yeah, I guess part of Skyloft still exists up there, but, play again a hero mode. Do you want to continue? We can... if we just start a different save, yeah, I can have a file that just starts there, but I'm not gonna do it. We already did hero mode with the Cabela's Wiimote rifle. It's so dumb that hero mode isn't unlocked from the get-go. Like, that's another complaint with this version, is like, in Wind Waker HD, I don't know if it was the case in Twilight Princess HD, but I know that in Wind Waker HD on the Wii U, that you could do hero mode right from the get-go. I don't even think hero mode was a thing in the original Wind Waker. I think it was something new that they brought to Wind Waker HD. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's the case. And they let people start hero mode from the get-go, because they figured, like, oh, what if somebody has played the original Wind Waker on the GameCube? They might like to start hero mode from the get-go, but since they wouldn't have been able to do that before. And I don't know what the case is with Twilight Princess HD. I don't remember anymore. But with Skyward Sword HD, this game's a decade old. You would think that Nintendo would think, maybe some people playing this played the original, and maybe they'd like to make it a bit more challenging by playing hero mode. No, you still have to beat the game in order to start hero mode. Why? Why? Like, I understand that being like a new game plus kind of thing in the original game. But this game's a decade old now. There are people who could play Skyward Sword HD that have played the original and want to mix things up, or just want to play hero mode from the get-go. Why is that not available from the get-go? Like, that is, Skyward Sword is a great game. This is just not a great version of this game, is all it is. I genuinely feel, at the end of the day, that the original version of Skyward Sword is the better version to play, in my opinion. Like, all these textures were designed for 480p graphics, like native Wii resolution. And because of that, if it's 480p and has that much blur, then you're not really going to notice all the weird things with the textures, you know, because it's blurred, it's 480p. It's not like super high res, but just scaling everything up, just increasing the number of pixels without changing any of the textures at all, or adding any more polygons to anything, apart from Link's shoulders. I hear that Link's shoulders got a few more polygons. Apart from, like, not adding any new polygons or textures to anything except for apparently Link's shoulders or whatever the heck, is going to make it blatantly obvious when something is hella ugly. So, I genuinely feel like the graphics of the original Skyward Sword are better than Skyward Sword HD. Just because, like, it's the exact same textures and models and everything, but on the Wii version, you play it in the way that it was designed for, with native 480p graphics, and all these little bits where the textures don't match up are going to blur together, and you're not going to notice it. Whereas in Skyward Sword HD, it's like, hey, here's more pixels, so all the crappy stuff with our textures is right in your face all the time. So I genuinely feel like the graphics of the original Skyward Sword are better than Skyward Sword HD. It's not all about greater numbers of pixels. It's about how well your world fits into your chosen resolution. And this world does not fit into this chosen resolution, whereas it does in the way that it was originally designed for, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's that. So Zelda and Link reincarnate throughout the whole franchise? Yeah, I believe so. That's basically like the story going on there. Like, it's probably, is it the same Zelda each time, or like the same reincarnation Zelda? It might be, it probably is. I know that it for sure is for Link, where it's like the spirit of the hero, like, reincarnating from this point onward. And it's like the spirit of demise that's reincarnating as Ganondorf and stuff like that all the time. Or Ganon, or whatever the heck. But hello, Hawks, because of Nintendo, do we really need to say anything else? Yeah, because it's Nintendo. We can't expect them to do anything more than the bare minimum that they can do to make a quick buck. And it's really saddening, because it's like, okay, I picked this up because I'm covering, you know, the channel for like review purposes, you know, and whenever I go pick up new physical games, I usually do it on the day that they come out. I'll do it at release if I can, when my local EB Games is opening up. Apparently they're rebranding all the Canadian EB Games to GameStop. EB Games and GameStop are the same company, but they were EB Games Canada and GameStop in the States, and now they're becoming GameStop here. But anyway, I'll be in front of my local EB Games / GameStop, or whatever the heck you want to call it, for like several new releases throughout this year. And every time that I would go in there, there'd be like maybe 1 or 2 other people in there right as it opened to pick up like any other new game that I've picked up throughout this whole year. But Skyward Sword HD, I get there as they're opening and the lineup is down the hall. of everybody who's like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that they've made the definitive version of Skyward Sword on the Switch here. It's like, wow. It really tells you, you know, what certain IPs can get away with, and, you know, the way people see certain IPs. Like, Pokemon is another example where it's like, in the eyes of a lot of people, you can do whatever, and, you know, a lot of people are just gonna be like, yep, great. Let's not, I don't know. At the end of the day, as I was discussing before, everyone is entitled to enjoy whatever they want to enjoy, but, you know, it does feel a little bit bad when what's being mostly enjoyed is shitty business practices, you know? Like, I feel bad after playing this, in a way. Like, I feel like I need to go freaking take a shower after the grime of playing this game, honestly. But that's that. My goodness. Like, at the end of the day, anybody can enjoy what they want to enjoy. Like, if you play Skyward Sword HD and enjoy it, that's your right to do so. But I'd be lying if I said part of me wished that, you know, shitty business practices and, like, the quickest, laziest things weren't as supported as they are, you know? So there's that. At the end of the day, I love Skyward Sword, but I'm really salty at seeing it used in such, like, a underhanded way, you know? Manipulate, like, freaking stretching the truth a little bit by saying, like, oh, it's all HD and there's, like, new quality of life improvements that make it better than the original, where it's like, yes, technically those are both true, but, like, if you read between the lines a little bit, is it really? It's HD graphics, it's not HD textures. So, but it's still gonna be known as Skyward Sword HD and what it's marketed as, when it's just emulating the original game the same way an emulator like Dolphin can already do, and it has been doing for years. But yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. That's my review of this whole thing. I have a soft spot for Skyward Sword. This is probably gonna be the last time we cover Skyward Sword on the channel, unless I might at some point, for like a one-off kind of session, try out the 4K Dolphin Skyward Sword texture pack if I get the chance. We wouldn't do a full playthrough. We've already done 2 of it. I'm tired of playing Skyward Sword on this channel. But maybe at some point, maybe we'll do like a one-off of you know, of the 4K version on Dolphin and see what it looks like, just to see what's going on with that, you know. So but yeah. Nintendo is taking lessons from Bethesda and Rockstar. I feel like all these companies are taking lessons from each other. Like, all these companies that cut corners, all these, like, big AAA studios are taking, like, lessons from each other in ways of, like, cutting corners, and it makes me really, really worried about the whole AAA gaming space in general, but there's that. That's gonna be where I wrap up the stream, methinks. So yeah, a bit of a shorter stream than normal. 3 versions of GTA 5 and 3 versions of Skyrim. I thought there was more versions than each of those. I honestly thought there was more versions of each of those games. But yeah. Praise Skyward Sword, but Skyward Sword HD is in my opinion, a bit of a disgrace to Skyward Sword. So there's that. I do still think that Skyward Sword is probably my favorite Zelda game, but whoo boy, Skyward Sword HD is probably my least favorite way to play this game, and really makes me feel grimy after playing it. Like, I think I am actually gonna take a shower after this stream, honestly. I talk about the re-releases. Gotcha. Well, thanks all who stopped by and hung out for our second Skyward Sword adventure. There won't be a third. There might be a one-off of a third, but not an entire playthrough of a third. I'm done with Skyward Sword after that, if we do it. And no even guarantee that we'll do that. We'll see. So yeah, hope y'all had fun with me being salty at one of my favorite games. And take care all. And until next time, with a different game. See ya.